weird. Well, at the end of the day, I like the festive vibe. No, I'm like, okay, this is, I was gonna start with the countdown, but I zigged when I should have zagged. Now I'm just playing with basic overlays of Christmas wrapping for this show. I like that. That's kind of like a festive flair to it. That's something new. No, I don't want that one. Yeah. This is great. Welcome in the live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast. First of all, I'm really thinking about my friends over at the Kent County Health Department. Nurse Mary, seen on TV, getting her vaccine just the other day. Love her so much. And the rest of that great crew that have just taken on water for the last year. If you need any assistance concerning information about COVID, where to test, what you need to know about the vaccine, not to mention help during this precarious time with getting food on the table or getting your kids vaccinated, any of you can call your local health department, and I'm talking specifically about the Kent County Health Department. AccessKent.com is their website. 616-632-7100. Great group of people over there. Thank you so much. And I hope you're all doing okay. My friends at Great Legs Winery, Brewery, Distillery in Holland, Michigan, on Lakewood Boulevard, are inviting you to drop by and get some wine, get some beer, get some grappa at big savings. This is the season of giving, and they're giving you more money in your pocket. Want one of their amazing brews? You can get it at 50% off. Just grab your howler, grab your growler, and march in there and say, fill it up, Jim. 50% off. Bottles of wine, half off. Even their number one seller, Traminette, it's priced like a bottle of frickin' Barefoot, but it tastes a hell of a lot better. Bottles of wine that were $20 are now $10. Also, you can get 2 complimentary shot glasses for free with every bottle of grappa. What the hell is grappa, Eric? Just take my word for it. If you're an aficionado about booze, well, then you know. All right? Great Legs Winery, Brewery, Distillery is in Holland, Michigan. The December holiday promotion going on. If you want to buy a keg, let's say, oh, my God, I really like drinking. I want to drink a keg. You can get various sizes at half off of some of their beers. Torpedoes, maybe a pony, a half barrel. Did you ever do a keg stand when you were at a party? Like you're going to college, like, hey, man, let's do a keg stand. Why was that cool? They put you upside down. You put the thing right in your mouth. They're a quarter mile west of US 31 across from the luxurious Windmill Estates Mobile Home Park. You can check out their website by just going to mineericzaneshow.com or call Jim himself, who's running the show over there, 616-916-9729, about ordering some beer, buying some wine. And you can order it online and just pick it up curbside or just walk in, pay them, whatever. Grab your beer, your wine, whatever it may be. Great Legs Winery, Brewery, Distillery in Holland, Michigan. This show comes to you each and every weekday right here in the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. It is 22nd of December, 2020. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
Hey everyone, Kenny from Nashville here, and after a long day of listening to some crappy death metal, I like to unwind with the Eric Zane Show podcast. Yeah. Here's your host, Zane.
Hey, Kenny! Oh my gosh! That guy Kenny is like chomping at the bit because he wants me to watch The Mandalorian and get caught up. I'm about 2-3 episodes down, and all you other nerds are all over the look. Priorities have been set. It's not my fault that I was getting caught up on Ozark, which I am now caught up on Ozark. Oh my gosh! We are all on the same page now. And I understand that for some of you, like, well, this doesn't mean anything to us, dumb, because we didn't watch the show. Yeah, I know that. But there's always something to be said about when something spectacular happens on a show. There's always something to be said. It would be like the equivalent of if you're watching The Mandalorian, Kenny, and something absolutely over the top happens that you can't believe. Now, I know in your nerd world, when the one dude who plays Gus on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul showed up with that crazy ass lightsaber, all you nerds went ape shit. To me, I mean, I watched the show, but I'm not like you, so I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? Who cares? He's got a black lightsaber or whatever it is. I don't know. But so something massive happened on Ozark. And, you know, I really don't want, I'm not going to say anything that's going to disrupt the show for any of you that are just watching it or getting caught up. You all afforded that to me, didn't tip me off of something spectacular. All I knew is that it was a substantial ending and there was a lot happening. And I just love it when a good, well-written show takes that cataclysmic turn. It's always fantastic. For a period of time, Game of Thrones was like that. And then it just fell apart late. It was so bad. Is there anything worse than that when a show and it was all because that fat asshole who writes all the books, what's that guy's name? Stephen King, the guy who writes the Game of Thrones books, Song of Ice and Fire, R.R. Milne, J.R.R. Tolkien. That's the guy who writes all the books for Game of Thrones, Tolkien. That's because that fat fuck decided he didn't want to write anymore. You can't just leave it like not done. How can you? I don't understand how that guy, it's not Tolkien. What is it again? Billy Martin. No. George R.R. Martin. I just got it. George R.R. Martin spends all of this time, years, making these books. They make the TV show, and they're like, oh, well, you know, he only has, you know, a little bit of writing to do to finish the story, so let's just put the TV show out, write the screenplay based on the books, and then he'll have finished up well before we get to that point, and then we'll write the next screenplay to finish him up, and then the show is done. Well, no. Because this fat asshole decided he didn't want to do shit. And so that put it in the hands of whoever to finish this story, which is just the dumbest thing ever. And everything got ruined. And we all saw it. And we all watched it. And none of us were satisfied. We all thought it was horse shit. Because that fat asshole would not finish writing his damn books. There's nothing worse than a television show leaving you completely not satisfied. And why is it that shows that we invest so much time and energy in go that way? The Sopranos? Yeah, eat shit, David Chase. I don't want this fucking Scooby-Doo mystery at the end of the fucking thing. I want to know what happened. Cut to black. I'll never forget that. I was sitting there in my house in Jenison watching that thing that Sunday night. I'm like, oh, God, it's a big deal. Here we go. Oh, my God, fucking Tony's sitting down at the diner. Meadow can't park the fucking car. Here comes that asshole AJ. I hope he gets it right in the face. I never liked that kid. What was his wife's name? Nurse Betty? What's Camilla? No, I don't know. The wife. She's there. They're all sitting there in the diner. You just a small town girl. And then what's going on? You're on pins and needles, and then the show's over. The chick's still parking the car. What? And then David Chase afterwards says, yeah, it's all there. It's all there. Don't worry, it's all there. You can figure it out. No, we can't. We can't figure it out. And no one's been able to figure it out. And then something else I hate is when people like say, oh, yeah, it's been about 3 years, and now I like the ending of it. No, you don't. You've just convinced yourself as a safety valve that hogwash to make yourself feel better. That was a horrible ending to that show. He ought to be ashamed of himself, putting all of the world through that only to give us that dumpster fire. So Game of Thrones ending sucked. Sopranos ending sucked. One of the biggest of all time loser endings was the show Lost. Do you remember Lost? Oh, my God. Oh, the time spent. Then Breaking Bad. That was a good ending. You see, they did it right. You got to spell it out, man. Everything about Breaking Bad was fantastic. The music, the way the scenes laid out, the pacing, so well written. And then afterwards, they did that movie called El Camino. What happened to Jesse? Spoiler alert. But fantastic. So now Ozark. 3 episodes I've consumed. I finally finished that thing up. I'm all caught up with you guys. We got 1 more season. Don't screw it up. Do not screw this up. You can't. Please don't. There's no way, right? I mean, they've done a marvelous job. Better Call Saul. You've been just crushing it. Don't screw it up. Mandalorian. You nerds who follow this show have made it very clear to me that, oh, man, it's the magic is back. The Star Wars magic. So you've been raving about it. Well, that's now on the front burner, Kenny. It's on the front burner. So I've got my work cut out for me. I'm just 2 or 3 episodes back. No big deal. One night, we're done. The episodes are only like 8 minutes long to begin with. Okay? We all know what happens. Mando shows up on stupid planet with Weirdo there who wants to fight him, and then they join forces and fight the battle for good on that planet. And then Weirdo says, yeah, I can't help you. Take the brat to this planet and do it again. But I'm told it's not quite like that in these last few episodes, so we shall see. This show, you can catch it many ways. All right. If you want the video and the audio, I live stream it on Facebook, the Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid Facebook live stream. I don't know why I struggled saying that. At about the same time each and every weekday morning. I have a Periscope video on Twitter. That is brought to you by Blue Frost IT at Eric Zane Show. Oh, by the way, on the Facebook thing, share that thing. Right now, right this very second, hit that button. It says share it to your timeline so that all your other friends can see what you're paying attention to right now. It is so important. If you're on Twitter, retweet this thing, okay? The last thing I want to do is look at the video a day and a half later and see that 2 of you shared it. I mean, are you that embarrassed by what I do? Are you that concerned what the world is going to think about you of this show? Okay. By the way, it's Christmas week when I'm wearing the same clothes yesterday that I wore for the Patreon. I quite literally woke up this morning, threw on the same clothes, even the same socks, and here I am. The show is also seen on YouTube. Eric Zane Show on YouTube, and you can get all these through my website, ericzaneshow.com. Subscribe and hit the bell notification on YouTube so you'll know when I go live, okay? And that is brought to you by F45 Training in Byron Center, Michigan. Thank you to you and yours. Just about everything sponsored on the show, as you know. The Instagram, that's brought to you by Mario Flores, Lakeshore Team of Van Dyke Mortgage. The email is the Shoreliner Striping Inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. These are all very important things. If I don't talk about these things, these people don't pay for this shit, okay? Been able to do this podcast for 2 years because these amazing sponsors says, yeah, man, we're all about it. We're going to sponsor you. We're going to support you. And at the end of the day, we're going to keep this show going. So thank you very much to you for paying attention to it, and to the sponsors for paying for the advertising. That keeps us going each and every day. And as always, the audio podcast is available for download wherever you download podcasts. You can subscribe to those audio podcasts on any one of the platforms that you choose. And if you could throw some stars at me and throw a review at me of what you are paying attention to today. So, yeah, man, that was fantastic last night. Getting to the end of Ozark, my God. Just something about a great story. Well-acted, great story. You see, when it comes to The Mandalorian, it's a fun story, and it is acceptable. It is worthy of my time. It's the worst acting that has ever happened. Okay, we can all agree on that. But that sometimes that doesn't matter. Shitty acting can be to me, that's not nearly as important as how the story is constructed. If the story is constructed well and it's written strong and it has terrific twists, I can push aside the horrible acting that we see on The Mandalorian. And you're like, what? What are you talking about? No, it is. It's terrible acting. It's absolutely horrible acting. It's so horrible that when someone who's actually a decent actor, like the guy who plays Gus on Breaking Bad, I think what is he? He's like black guy Darth Vader in The Mandalorian. He can actually act. So when he gets in there, it's like stands out. It's like Academy Award winning performance. You get fucking Carl Weathers on there who couldn't act his way out of a wet paper bag. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Horrible. Still good enough to watch. Don't get me wrong. But don't kid yourself that these are like thespians. These are terrible, terrible actors on this show. Say it ain't so, ladies and gentlemen, as we do this from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Say it ain't so. Two of my favorite artists of all time are on my shit list, as they can be described now as anti-masking, anti-vaxxing, COVID-denying patriots. Anyone who's listened to me for any amount of time knows I can't stand these people. And I don't know how, but for some reason, people who are anti-masking, anti-vaccine patriots, for some reason, listen to me. And I'm amazed by it. I guess it must be my sweet charm. Now, this is all my personal opinion. I just cannot stand it. Okay? It pushes me over the edge every single time. And these two, holy shit. Wait till you hear who they are and what's going on. Before you check in for a flight, the airline asks you some key questions. Are you experiencing COVID symptoms? I have proof that is not enough of a precaution. The very funny, very talented John Mulaney. Oh boy, it's a rough time. This is having a very, very hard time. Just in time for the holidays, John Mulaney has to check into rehab. Oh boy. Hey, there's a homeless problem in probably every city in America. No exception right here. None. Mix in the pandemic and the holidays, and it's just even more awful. There a lot of times you're stressed. Silver lining. I don't see a silver lining here. Very little in the silver lining department. The lining is feces colored, is piss colored, is shitty. That silver lining is not there. What to do with the local tent city? The government is sending you money soon. Not everybody's happy about it. This whole thing, oh boy. My thoughts on that. We got a new asshole of the day. But as part of this open, I need to inform you that today is very unique. And here's why. Today's show is going to have a pause in it. Like, we're approaching pause time right now. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to say, okay, I have to pause. I'm going to shut it all down, take some time away, and then I'm going to be back to finish the show. What's going on? Well, in an effort to have more people know about the great food giveaway tomorrow, I've been blessed with the kindness of Fox 17 promoting it and showing up at the house and recording a little piece. And Wood TV 8 is doing the same thing today. Excuse me. And, because oftentimes when you see these things at these events that happen on the day of, they'll be talked about. But I actually asked them, I go, can you come out early a couple days or two, a day or two early to talk about it so that more people can be aware that we're giving this food away? And they both said absolutely. So that is extremely kind. Fox 17 was yesterday. Some of you may have seen that. Thank you very much to them. Wood TV 8 comes out today. I've been speaking with very talented reporter, anchor by the name of Dana White. And so, all right, that's happening at 9 a.m. right here, Michigan time. So I got to be out there. And they said, hey, we're going to come out at 9 a.m. And I'm like, well, I didn't want to say, well, no, I got to wait. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I wanted to do this on their schedule. So basically what's happening is they come out here then, and I'll be shutting the show down a little bit. And well, no, I will. I'll shut it down and then continue it. So you get kind of like a two-parter. So by the time I get done with that, I'll come back up here and do the back half of the show. So just so you know, that's how it's going to work. And I need to stress this. The Great Food Giveaway is not me. The only thing I've done is say, hey, we're doing the Great Food Giveaway, essentially. I rely on the efforts of you all. I always have. And I try to talk about that whenever I can. I try to let it be known that I take no credit for any of that. I simply talked about it, and I set up a framework for how to get it done, but it was very meager and very basic. And you all came out of the woodwork again and supplied all of the muscle behind it like you always have. You have always lifted up my family and me. You have always rushed to the aid. When I ask you to support something, you always do it. No questions asked. You're always as gracious and kind and sweet and loving and caring to those that need it. And I can never, ever say enough about you. So I don't want to give the impression that this is a me thing. It's a you thing. And so when I talk about it, I try to mention that as much as possible, that we're all in this together. And I said this when I first met with Casey Jones about the great kidney giveaway. The idea of giving the kidney away too often is like, oh, Eric, this, that, and the other thing. And I said it in the piece. That kind of goes hand in hand with what has been extended to my family and us here by you. That whole giving idea and just helping people out. And you've always done that. So to me, doing that and doing this kind of goes with the theme that you have established on your own and as a group since we started doing this. And so it's just very simple. Sometimes people need a little help. Sometimes we have to help each other. And you all in our little neck of the woods have exemplified that time and again. And I couldn't be more proud than to be involved with all of you. So thank you very much for that. I just wanted to take specific time to mention that and talk about what is so insanely important. And it is that. It is you collectively helping. And then taking that example and repeating it over and over and over again. That's it. That's all we do. Yeah, I may bitch about you. I may bitch about you directly. I'm going to bitch about you directly every single day. But the idea of the giving is what really matters. At the end of the day, when you don't wear your mask, I still love you. Okay? I get annoyed as shit at you. But I still love you. Okay? We aren't going to agree on everything. But you know that when it's all said and done, we're in this together. I care about you. So there's going to be a pause in the show in a matter of minutes. I want to talk a little bit about an update that just makes me so happy, and that is my pal Jeffrey and his new kidney. And then I'm going to pause, and then I'll come back and talk about the rest of the show. Okay. So I've gone over this a little bit with you. But I remember when I was going through the preliminary stuff to get ready for the Great Kidney Giveaway, this nephrologist, the kidney doctor says to me, okay, Eric, your creatinine level post-surgery is going to be a little elevated. And I go, English, I don't know what that means. And she goes, yeah, well, the creatinine level should be about 1. Yours is going to be a little bit higher. And as long as your doctor knows that, you'll be fine. And I'm going to go, well, I still don't know what that means. I know what that means now. Creatinine, Creatinine, is a waste product produced by your muscles from the breakdown of a compound, and I'm just reading this, from a compound called creatine. Some of you had to have heard of that. Creatinine is removed from the body by the kidneys, okay, which filter almost all of it from the blood and release it into the urine. So my kidney function is cut in half in an instant. So the creatinine level will rise most of the time. All right. Generally, a high serum creatinine level means that your kidneys are not working well. Your creatinine level may temporarily increase if you're dehydrated, have a low blood volume, eat a large amount of meat, or take certain medications, or you're in stage 5 kidney failure, like my pal Jeffrey. Okay, so that's like one of the main markers of it. As he was dying, they would look at his creatinine level. In June, it was 22. It's supposed to be 1. 22! I just had a conversation with him, and I know he's full of energy because, I mean, I can sense it through the messenger. He sends messages, and they just rattles him off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full of fun, hilarious comments, just wild ideas. I can sense the creativity has been fired up, and the machine is burning again. Okay, he's got the fucking eye of the tiger again. And he reveals to me that his creatinine level with the new kidney is 0.98. He's got a 0.98 creatinine level. And his blood pressure is like that of an Olympic athlete now. It was when he was on dialysis, it was like 210 over 120, like crazy, ridiculous blood pressure level. Now it's like 115 over 75. The man's system is regulating. His body is like, oh my God, we're doing it. This kidney is just crushing it. So that makes me so freaking happy. some really outstanding news concerning my pal Jeffrey. And so I just wanted to pass that along to you because I know that's one of the big questions I get asked all the time. How is Jeffrey? Eric, how are you? Well, as you know, I explained to you that I have some discomfort on my left nut. And I'm going to tell you about that when I restart the show after I get done with my friends at Wood TV. And a funny exchange happened. I'm fine, but I will explain what's going on. Also today, I have the Patreon coming up, the Patreon bonus podcast. If you like the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, that's where you find it, okay? I give you the free view, but if you want the full show, get it on Patreon, $5 or $10 a month. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage says, look, it is time to think about a mortgage. You know, you got the new year coming up, and you might be like, I think we want to change for the new year, and we're going to move, but you're going to need a mortgage. No matter where you are in the USA, please call upon my friends at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Mario's number 231-332-6505. Reach out to him. Please mention my name. If you had mortgages in the past, you probably have a great credit score. That's fine. He can navigate that so easily. Or if you're a newbie, never had a mortgage before in your life, a first timer, well, he can navigate that as well. Okay, no problem. Not all people who do mortgages want to deal with the first timer. Mario does. He's the king of the first timers. 231-332-6505. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. If you're thinking about starting a workout program, I want you to think about F45. Group training, personal touch. Fantastic. 45 minutes is the length of the workouts, obviously. F stands for functionality or function. And boy, does it. My gosh. Hardest part is getting in there on the first day, but I'm telling you, swallow that scared feeling. Swallow that, I'm worried what people are going to think about me. Just get in there. F45 in Byron Center, Michigan, and you can work out for free for the first week. Just go to f45training.com/Byron Center. Work out for free for that first week and try it out for yourself. As always, the support from Stella Fly. Thank you to the amazing Laura and her great organization, Stella Fly, helping businesses market themselves via social media and the beauty, the elegance of the picture. So if you own a restaurant and you're like, okay, yeah, let's get on Facebook and show everybody our nachos plate and how good it looks. And then you like bust out your iPhone and you take like some crazy glare-filled picture and then you post it and say, come on in for the nachos, half off today, share. And then, it shows up on people's phone and it looks like dog shit. Okay? That could be you. You know what that means? That means you have 0 impressions made. That means no one's... There's going to, oh, wow, that sure looks like dog shit. I'm going to go eat the nachos. No, you have to do it right, okay? You need the professionals at Stella Fly to help you market. Make sure that your stuff doesn't look like dog shit by hiring Stella Fly online at stellafly.com. Okay, pause in the show. I'll be back. Look for it, and then we will continue on with today's show. So I apologize for that, but that's the way we got to do it. More coming up a little bit later on. Pause.